everybody. Hi, Matt. Welcome back to my channel. Of course, if you like what you see, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. Tell me where you're watching this from. This is the Southmont Borough Council meeting. Okay. Thanks, Amanda.
But I'm like, that was when we go down the list, they're like, bring up all this. I think I'll take the pavement.
Thanks for coming this first.
Yeah, I hope we're.
I talked to Matt Murphy, the certified farmers.
Do we get it? Okay.
He said,
That was
thought
what grant was it?
white oak or fir oak would be great. And he's gonna come, I'm
50.
gonna say, he's gonna come next week and look at this.
I specifically asked him for white oak. And that's the road?
Great Pennsylvania
Good.
tree.
Yeah.
Not bad. What he was doing there, he caught, he's never played catch before, so it was a little rough. So,
Yeah. How old?
he's 10.
What team are you
What's the green?
Hey, John.
Oh,
How you doing, Mark?
he's on the Chapelichi.
Yeah.
We played with him the other night. That was easy. That was nice.
Yeah.
We got crushed with wine. Yes. You're not going to that meeting tomorrow?
Or two now.
Or not?
Oh,
How's all the police stuff doing?
Okay.
Getting all merged and everything?
no, I don't remember that one.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the email was. Just wanted to-
Did they have to remove those, or they're just keeping them the way they are?
That happens.
But I'm trying
Yeah,
to.
And they got moved up to the new facility?
No, we're not moved up there. We're still,
That should be nice.
one room.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
You know, if that was me, it's like
It was, I can't remember if it was.
Oh, yeah.
he was getting into it with,
I'm back when we were talking
and
about
Bobby stepped in, he's like.
trying to get them to come in with us before.
He struck him out or something. I don't know if his car was said, but that was bad.
What's Farmville
They
doing?
started jumping out of the mall. Bobby, but you're not gonna.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah.
And then they just started.
It's relentless.
The more the
I'm
merrier.
trying not to, get to that point this evening. But
Well, we got a nice discount on what we had budgeted,
Right, yeah.
so that's
I just wanted to find.
Exactly.
they all,
I told him that.
they
I said,
all
I'd rather
show up
see
at
you
the same
be
time anyway.
cool-headed coaches, and you're learning something, then, they're just,
Yeah.
they're like, machines out there. I said, I'd rather have you lose everything and have fun and learn than,
No,
I don't know, I think Mike, that was cool.
How you doing, Doug?
Where's Morel? Good.
Relative?
Weather's getting nicer.
That's for yesterday and today.
Yeah, well, at least it's not
Oh, really?
blowing snow. Kind of not snow.
I think that's,
Some
Gene, I
people
think
have
that's
it.
considered like,
Some people have it laying on the ground.
some of it,
isn't like Barron Avenue and like Deep Fairfield, isn't that considered Morelville? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
Lower Yoder,
Is that what, okay.
part of it. City of Johnstown's part of it.
That's some of the calls.
there's no consistency.
No, there isn't, right.
And I think that because like in a situation where tree one team has it one way and the other has it the other way, it's completely different.
And that's what that was around about. How do you train the way up if you ask?
Overall, you know, the one is this big.
Well, if you
It's our tree, it's a bird.
school,
If we're looking to take a tree down for safety, then we should do state's number one on the
there
list.
was 2 or 3 players who were long, I think they'll make great balls. Like I'm it's just
Is
true.
money gonna come from?
And you know, like I said, it's just brings out other
No,
problems.
the top.
Right.
Susan Jones, right down.
I don't remember
Really
being
years
saying
ago.
this, but I remember it being that much more than
I didn't play.
Oh,
I wish I did.
Well,
well, I
it's
think
like-
way down here. Yeah, but
Oh, did you?
I remember parents arguing all the time.
I think everybody kind of got along.
Well, when I
Give
was
a sweet and super fix. Does this make sense?
but it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
I think all started out
Oh, maybe.
because it was a big deal. And the two rushed to see the
That tree inventory.
See, Max, he didn't go last year,
What's
but he
the
went
green
the year
for?
before.
Richard.
I think last year, he came and he got played and he was out there.
What do you mean you didn't go last year?
He did all sorts last year.
Yeah, Keaton,
Committee.
John was on his first year in the machine.
Guys, do it.
they heard him.
I said, listen, she said, it's okay. Work hard.
Give me next time.
Yes.
You know, that's been,
It's gonna happen.
He's reading
Running very fast, so he's
seen that.
finesse is easy, so he's not really a good baseball, he plays a little bit more, but like football, it's a huge.
Yeah.
But tennis and baseball.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, good.
There's one dead bird.
Just say that.
it's how much.
They got the chunks I
Yeah,
did.
he's not football, he's, I mean, he lives for football. Yeah,
I saw a photo,
I'll go one of them in here.
when
he,
you're tree inventory, and all that, you know.
Thank you.
All right,
we try-
it's 5 o'clock. Rise for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, Amanda.
Mark Drumming,
Here.
Doug Barry,
Here.
Richard Berger,
Here.
Eugene Capella,
Here.
Matt McVicker,
Here.
Bob Morgan,
Here.
Sherry Spiker,
Here.
Kurt Wolford.
here.
All right, public comment. There is a 5-minute time limit. Please clearly state your name and where you reside. John?
John Klanch, 104 Delia Street. I actually have some questions regarding, and there are actually some technical questions, okay? It has to do with legal matters regarding the sewer class action lawsuit, which I understand. And the questions I'm going to ask, okay, are not pertaining to anything legal. What I want to know is this, okay, and it's kind of like bookkeeping, all right? I'd have to defer to Mr. Morgan, I'm guessing, and maybe Sherry, because and probably Amanda, because they were on council when you guys voted to dig up our to do it on our behalfs, okay? And what I'm curious to know is, did you guys keep actual receipts for like, so was it Snyder Excavating came up and did my lateral, okay? What I'm curious to know is there an actual like work order for my property, and then like a dollar amount that they spent, okay, for my individual property, and then everybody else's individual properties, okay? Because I'd like to see that information, all right? Because I am personally all for. We've already signed up for the class action suit because we've been paying $600 a year for what a $2,000 or $3,000 job for years now. Okay, every resident, you guys included, are paying $600 for sewer work. Okay, that is now basically the lawsuit's going to bring it out of the wash that you guys got sold something that you guys, if every municipality would have voted no, we're not doing this work, figure out something else, JRA, okay? They guys really, they forced you guys to force us to spend a hell of a lot of money, okay? That Southmont, you guys are currently still charging us $600 a year, okay, for this sewer job, okay? That I'm sure for the 50 or 60 foot of lateral that was put into my property, okay, I've paid for it twice, 3 times, 4 times. So where'd all the money go? Okay, you guys are still collecting $600 a year for sewer maintenance. I've brought this up, and I've continued to bring this up, and I will continue to bring this up because it needs to be brought up, because you guys have fleeced us. $600 a year ongoing for what? For an average of what, a $3,000 job? So so Amanda, can you actually answer that question? Is that like, did they bill us like for each individual property? Is there like a record of that?
I don't believe it was each individual property.
No,
No.
it was for the job.
But did they keep a record of every material used, and so I could go through and itemize my? I think if I want to write. If I want to write to know request it, I'm trying to ask you how I could write to know request it, so I don't have to do it redundantly and you know what I mean? I'd like to see, and I'll start with my property specifically, so I can see so I can see like what they did, and if they itemized it dollar for dollar, because like, for example, you go to some places, as we all know, you go to a hospital, right, and they'll charge you $100 for an alcohol pad. Did they do that to us?
No.
Well, Sherry, no offense to you, but you guys have lied to me, and you guys have lied to the public in the past about a lot of things. So I'm not going to take your word on it, just you saying no. Okay, I'd like to see that. So, if Eric, if you wouldn't mind, could you give me some guidance? And you can you can email me or write me some guidance on how I could.
I'll
write to know request
confer with
and.
Amanda. I know what your question is.
You know what I'm trying to get at, so that I just like to see that information, and maybe some random addresses I'll ask for too. But I want to start with mine, and we'll go from there, because for what we've paid, I just think it's and it's $600 a year ongoing. I think that can go back down. I don't know where that money's going. And if it was for this loan that you guys got, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense. The numbers aren't numbering for me. So, and hopefully, this class action lawsuit that hopefully everybody signs up for and does, hopefully we'll get some money back, back into our pockets for this. So thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? All right, I have nothing listed under correspondence. I need approval for the March 16th, 2026 meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Need approval for the April 6th, 2026 special meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. West Hills Regional Police.
For the month of March, the police department had 427 reports of service. Out of those, 45 were in Southmont. Year to date, we're at 1,218 reports of service. 141 of those in Southmont. 6 traffic citations issued, 1 warning, and really no major crime to report. That's it.
Any questions for Chief? All right, Southmont Volunteer Fire Company.
Calls for the month of March, we had a total of 15. The breakdown is in the borough, 2 automatic fire alarms, 1 vehicle accident, 3 trees, wires down, and 1 assist EMS. For outside of the borough, 7 automatic fire alarms and 1 vehicle accident fire. One highlight is this past week, Westmont Hilltop School District PTO held a fundraiser. They sold chances the kids could get a ride in the fire truck from their municipality to school one morning. So we did that this past Tuesday the 14th and then Thursday the 16th. The kids, for the first time ever, were thrilled to go to school. They got to get out of their house, climb in a fire truck. I mean, the parents are just snapping pictures, and the grins on their faces, I just don't think they could be any bigger. But I understand it was quite a success, and the PTO said the money raised is going to be divided between them and each borough or municipality fire department, being Southmont, Upper Yoder, and West Hills. So I think that's probably something that they're going to continue on doing. So, thanks.
Yeah, that's great.
So within the fire company, we need approval to allow signs to be put up for the 2026 Jubilee.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We need to approve paying 1/2 of police protection for the 2026 Jubilee.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Engineer is not with us today. Zoning report is
On
in
the
the packet.
engineering, do we have anything yet on the person that's infiltrating the Floyd Street property
Nope,
that's,
we haven't had enough rain to do a re-inspection yet, so.
sorry.
It's okay. Zoning report is in the packet. Sherry, I know you wanted to,
Yeah, I did. I still want to get back to, we're using Laurel for our, maintenance. And I'd just like to know if there's any other options on the table other than Laurel, because they're basically just paper pushers. The 2 properties today, took pictures. Grimaldi's is a mess. And I don't know what we can do about it, but if I live next to Grimaldi's, I would be very upset. They are non-conforming, grandfathered, from what I understand. But they just continue to take more and more land for parking. They're almost over to the neighbor on the upper half now. They're as far up as they can go to the back. And I took some pictures, I'll pass them around, but they've got piles of scrap down there. They've got, I don't know what it was grandfathered in as, but I would like somebody to take a look at that, because it's in a residential neighborhood and there's no fencing. There's nothing to separate them from the neighbors, and it's a mess. And then I was down at Dollar World, and that just gets worse and worse every month. I mean, that's a junk heap.
I filed, the complaint's been filed, so it's just a matter of the sheriff serving Dollar World for us to move forward.
Grimaldi's. Yeah, so, I mean, there's, Dollar World is like, there used to be 1 truck and a pile of garbage, and now it's just panel vans all over the place and garbage. And both of these properties are in our borough, and I would honestly be interested in seeing a new committee formed to stop the blight and to try to work on this maintenance stuff at some point, because all we ever get are reports on high grass, and then the paperwork comes and goes before the season even ends. there's nothing being done to correct any of this stuff. And I know legally, you've gotta figure things out, but, we just aren't doing anything with Grimaldi's, and I would like to have the solicitor look into exactly, what they were grandfathered in as versus what they've turned into down there. Cause that's smack dab in the middle of a residential neighborhood. So that's all I want to say on that.
Anything else on zoning? All right, solicitors report.
Just to touch on another property that's, Amanda, came to our attention was the property at 100 Milton Street, 723 Diamond Boulevard. That's another one that we received information from Laurel about the enforcement of that, violations at that property. That property is owned by an LLC, Conduit Investments. My recommendation at this point is to deal with those violations. Again, they're maintenance violations, but pretty significant as well as the ones with Dollar World. That the council would authorize me to move forward on that one, as similar that we did with Dollar World, and maybe we can take a look at Grimaldi's next time, but maybe that'd be the path to take.
So you need a motion?
I need a motion to instigate me filing a complaint at the Court of Common Pleas.
I'd make that motion.
I'd second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries. Street Commissioners report.
It's with the exception of what I've given you guys, I don't have too much. They're doing a fantastic job downstairs. We just got our door handles in. Hopefully we get our key fobs working, and we're pretty good to go.
Any questions for Sam? All right, Borough Managers report.
The only thing I wanted to note, was that the household chemical collection event that's gonna be going on at the Central Cambria High School, I'm gonna publicize this on our Facebook and, website so the residents know. That was another thing I wanted to make note of.
And that's for chemicals, right? You still have that one plan for electronics?
Yeah, we still have the electronics event scheduled for July 11th in the back parking lot. But this one is held by, the county, the Pennsylvania Resources Council.
Can you remember the time for the July 11th thing?
10 to 2.
I almost missed that last year, but we're till I'm thinking back at 8 down
All right, any other questions for Amanda? Mayor's report?
Yep, I got a semi-quincentennial update. I wrote that down so I can pronounce it right. 250th, about the tree planting during the Southmont Jubilee. I spoke to Matt Murphy, who is the certified arborist for Bartlett, and asked what he would recommend for native Pennsylvania trees, and he mentioned oak trees would be great, and he recommended a white oak or a bur oak or a swamp oak, and I didn't think we would want to put up a swamp oak just because of the name of it. But Bob, do you have an update on that?
I talked to Gary Lichtenfels about a white oak of decent size. So he's gonna get back to me, but I got a positive response from him, so he hadn't get back to me yet. I just talked to him the end of last week, so he's gonna give me a call.
Mark, do you have a date on this event yet?
I would like to have it during the Jubilee,
Jubilee, okay.
like a Saturday. When are the dates of the Jubilee?
Always starts on
The last week of May, I'm not sure.
Always starts the Tuesday after Memorial Day and runs through Saturday of the following weekend.
Tuesday through Friday?
Tuesday through Saturday.
Saturday. So I was thinking about Saturday. Anybody has any comments or questions about that? And Matt Murphy from Bartlett will be in Johnstown next week, 4/21. He's gonna visit the site here with me, and Rick, if you'd like to join me, I think that would be good.
I mean, when?
4/21, and,
What's this
no, I'm
day?
sorry, next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
Sorry about that. And he's also gonna, look at where to put it on either side of the walkway coming in. And he's gonna take a soil sample to make sure the soil's good. So that is my mayor's update.
Mark, do you have a program planned, or, is there any speeches, or do you want media coverage, anything?
Yeah, I think I'll call Russ O'Reilly,
Yeah,
and then what I'd like to do for publicity is to invite all the residents of Southmont to come down and throw a shovel of dirt in the hall
yeah.
so they can participate low key.
We may pass that shade tree commission ordinance tonight.
So we could combine that in and,
Yeah.
okay. Good.
Discussion items in committees. I do not have anything for administrative or borough services. Community planning and improvements, Richard.
The plan's continuing. There is a steering committee, which is, kind of 35 people from the hilltop communities, but all of you are welcome. It's Thursday evening at, I think it's 5 to 7. It's announced on the Cranberry County Planning Commission website. And it's being held at Lower Leota Township Building. And we're moving from the kind of public involvement into more substantive planning. So I think this is when it starts getting more interesting.
Any questions for Richard? All right, emergency management, Mark?
We had an emergency management meeting last week and discussed the possibility of getting a rescue air truck. Can you help me out with this?
Yeah, it's actually a new rescue to replace our current one. It's not a matter of like it's in dire need like tomorrow to be replaced, but the way the time frames are, it could be 2 years till they actually would build it and finish it. So that's how far ahead now departments have to plan. Yeah, it's a real mess anymore dealing with manufacturers for equipment.
The rescue air truck, currently they get the air in the bottles downstairs and then they bring it to the site. And what they would like to have is one that would sit at the fire site or wherever they are, so they wouldn't have to come back and fill the air, go back to the fire. And currently there are 3 in the region that do this: Southmont, Johnstown, and Covert Hill. So Southmont plays an important part of providing air for the firefighters in our region and county. And like I said, they'll be able to sit at the site and help fight the fire. And so that's one thing. And I also met with Senator Wayne Langerholt, and he said to send him an asset grant application. And Doug, do you have any interest in helping to do that?
Yeah, did he say which grant?
He mentioned a category where you don't have to do any matching funds.
LSA grant?
I don't know what it is, but I have the booklet he gave me. I can show it to you. Good, that'd be great. And he asked how much it was going to be, and I didn't tell him because it's $800,000. But if, you know, he said he wants to help us out and see how it goes. It's a lot of money though. Also, I have received the emergency operation plans from the police department. Thank you, for Westmont and Upper Yoder, and we have Southmont's. And then one of my neighbors knows a certified emergency practitioner. He's a FEMA master exercise practitioner, and he's wrote plans for states in DC. And he said he'd be happy to provide information that he's done as long as we give him credit. So he's done a lot for the state of Pennsylvania, so we can do local boroughs, city of Johnstown, all the way to the state. So we're gonna put that together. And the next steps are, I started assembling this in Gemini, which is Google's AI search engine. And you can just keep adding and ask you questions, what do you want to put in there? So I'm gonna put that all together, review it with an emergency management committee, and then submit a proposal to you. You want to hear an example of one question I asked? I said, we have all these helicopters flying over the borough, both from the hospital and from the Army base, and how do you put that in your proposal and just start adding material about it in case a helicopter goes down?
They're pretty cool.
So that's just a simple example of that. So our next meeting will be Tuesday, the 9th of June.
Any questions for Mark?
Thanks for working on all that, Mark.
Welcome.
What time is that meeting, Mark?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Here, right?
Yeah.
All right, finance, Sherry?
Nothing, finance.
Greater Johnstown Water Authority, Eugene?
The North Fork renovation for the spillway is fully underway. The water tank rehabs and just maintenances that are required for the many different water tanks that are around the region. Particularly the one in Monroeville, are being evaluated, and at least one of them is scheduled for repainting. And the water line replacement for fresh water is underway in the Moxham area, specifically on Chandler Avenue. Some of the stuff that was going on in Westmont is wrapping up as well. That's it.
Any questions?
Yeah, I just, one anecdote here that water authority could be a little more user-friendly sometimes. I had a leak on the outside, the service entrance into my water meter. So I called up the water authority, and you go through the directory, and most of it's about paying your bill or not, and if you have a plumbing issue that they're responsible for, it was before the meter, not after. And there was no option there, so I just hit a button, I got somebody, and he was able to take care of it, and I had a plumber, and he fixed it in 5 minutes. But they, just from the consumer standpoint, there should be a phone option where you got a plumbing problem and the RDM needs to show up. Because I was messing around with this for 45 minutes before I just, hit a button out of desperation. So they're not used to getting calls, obviously.
Yeah, just oddly enough, I went there today because my meter inside the house was dripping. I said, I took a picture of it and went down, and I said, here's the problem.
Yeah.
They of course knew what to do, but I'll mention it about the phone tree though.
Yeah, it's minor, but it's not, it's not user-friendly. And they fixed it right away.
Yeah, they're responsive when you get to the right
Yeah,
place.
but you just couldn't get there.
Hit 5 if you have a leak. Hit 5 if you have a leak.
Yeah. Well, someone will answer, yeah.
Alright. MS4 stormwater, Sherry?
Yeah, I have a call into the engineers just to make sure there aren't any updates, anything else we need to be working on. Todd's not the one that works on that end of it, so I'll get to the right person and just see if there's anything in particular that we need to be doing. Right now we're looking at.
Okay. Any questions for Sherry? Alright, personnel, I do not have anything at this time. Police, Bob?
Nothing right now. Excuse me.
Property maintenance, streets and sidewalks, Matt?
Not a whole lot, I know. Last meeting we had, we discussed about a grant for paving. I guess we're working on that, correct?
Yeah, we submitted it, we're waiting to hear
Good.
if we were approved or not.
And we're talking about some LED lights to install, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, which, we decided to go like the middle of the road with those?
Yeah, they haven't asked for an official decision yet.
Okay.
We've got some time, they're not gonna start until next year.
Is it for the street lights?
Yeah.
Make a big difference.
That's it.
Any questions for Matt?
Amanda, do we still have the Bartlett pears on maybe I should come into the other discussion, but since we're on streets, on the easement trees?
I'll have to look, I can't remember what trees
Because
are
I
on that
think the
list.
state of Pennsylvania has now deemed them as an invasive species. That's what everybody has. And, so I just was wondering whether, yeah, the Bradford pears, yeah. They should be taken off of our fruit list or.
I'll look and see.
I have a question about property maintenance, and are you still there? There's a split rail fence on Gardner, going around the bend, where the little parklet is, and a tree hit the fence and broke it up. Is that our responsibility, or is it Stackhouse's? Or?
No, that's our property.
That's our bird
It's south, it's,
Yeah, I know.
that's the Borough, Southmont.
Yeah.
That's ours.
Yeah, we have,
We
there's
have to go
also,
get the 2 more tier fence posts to replace where that's at, and drag out the trees.
Limbs.
A bunch of it's still too thick for the chipper wedge, so I have to cut it up into smaller pieces and go from there.
there's also a sign down, Sam, on Susan, down in the dip of Susan.
Okay.
There's a street sign that's just, you can see it real well right now because all the vegetation's dead, but it's just laying there.
All right, shade tree, Richard?
Our solicitors made several modifications to the Shade Tree Commission ordinance. And let me turn it over to Eric so he can walk you through this. And want to know if you're ready to advertise this?
Thank you. The changes that were from last time related to section 6B and D, in terms of making it clear in terms of who's responsible for the maintenance, planning, et cetera. So we made the revisions to make it clear what the borough would be responsible for in 6B. And then in 6D, if somebody's applying for a permit, then to, whether it's trimming, pruning, removing a tree in the right-of-way, if they get a permit, then it's their responsibility to do it. So we wanted to make that clarification. That was one of the concerns from last time. Otherwise, what we did, there's been no changes other than those into those sections.
I have a question, Eric, about this, and I might not have read this right, but there's gonna be a committee formed on shade tree.
We're creating a Shade Tree Commission.
Commission, and the commission is gonna decide whether it's appropriate to have a tree or not, or cut down a tree or not, or trim a tree.
Yeah, they approve it.
And will there be a part of that process, will it be able to advise an arborist if that's the right thing to do?
Well, we haven't, they can retain an arborist if necessary, but that has to be approved by council
Right.
to expend those funds if
Those
it's
expenses,
necessary. So we've made it that that's a possibility, but council has to approve retaining that arborist to make that decision.
The commission is not fiscally independent.
Good, so it has to go,
It goes to council, yeah.
because I foresee, you know, somebody coming on my property, say, your trees are this and that, you gotta cut it down.
But it's only for the easements.
It's
No,
only
we're not-
for the
Yeah, I'm
easement.
talking about the easement.
And we control those trees.
Yeah.
And we get people coming now wanting to take down otherwise healthy trees.
Mhm. Okay. I was just concerned about that part.
And so what kind of a time frame do you think we're looking at? So, for example, across the street here, we have a couple of dead ones on the easement that we're gonna take down and put new ones in. So once this passes, if we don't get them in before then, we'll need a permit. So what type of a time frame? Cause, you know, the season's short and whatever, can you imagine?
The answer is probably budget. What we're gonna be able to do in this project is, are there trees there, or are
I mean,
they?
we have some dead, we have dead ones on
Dead
our
ones, but
easement right now.
Well, we'll survey every tree, and we'll get to this in a minute, because that would be Bartlett's tree experts that does the survey. And from that data, the tree commission would establish priorities. So we can't get it all done in 1 year, obviously. And depending on what we budget to, you know, for tree removal, tree pruning, that sort of thing. It'll take years to do some of this, quite honestly, unless we can get tree material too. But the cost of an arborist or just a tree cutter is high. So, I mean, we'll have a year, I suspect we'll have a tree needs list that goes on for years. to be
And
honest.
what if the property owner wants to move forward and pay for their own tree? I mean, just for the looks of it. I mean, not
I
to all
would
these
think-
ugly
yeah,
dead
I would
trees
think that-
hanging around your
that,
property.
we would encourage that, as long as they would,
So
choose
that
from
would
our list of
Be
approved
put on a
trees.
fast track so you
Yeah,
could do it
if they
within the
would-
season.
The other thing is that we do have free trees, we're gonna try to find more. We're also gonna try to identify the spaces where there were trees, or never were trees, and prioritize those for planting. Again, will confront us in the future, but we're gonna have to increase the budget
Yeah.
for tree maintenance, obviously, if we're gonna make any progress on this plan.
So when we pass this ordinance, it's effective as of immediately, but we don't have all these pieces into place. So if we were to pass this and somebody wanted to take the trees down and replant trees this season, would that be,
And the ordinance can be effective immediately, we can
Yeah.
have it effective 60 days, I mean, you don't have to have it effective. If
okay.
we think we need more time, maybe we can make it
Because,
effective 60 days.
yeah, this one,
but
this
that's
one
not
says it
immediately.
immediately.
Sherry, the first thing is we have to appoint the tree
That's what
member
I'm thinking. It's gonna take a
commission,
while to put
and
this
then
together.
I would like to train them from them, because with the grant, we will have a training program, and one of the groups that needs to be trained, is the tree commission. So, I mean, they can make, decisions on a case-by-case basis, but they're not gonna be fully functioning until 2027, I don't think.
So then perhaps we should change it to not say this ordinance shall become effective immediately to
Yeah, we
60 or 90 days,
If we
or
can, I guess it's a question.
January 1st, 2027.
Well, yeah, next fall, if we pick a date, but, I don't think January might not be bad.
I'm just
Because we need
thinking
to
people
find
have
people
trees that
willing
need
to
to
do
come
this.
down this summer,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, what's the process now?
Right now, we have a tree committee, we decide to take down a tree, we have to force the owner to take it down, or, we can offer free tree material, but they changed the, procedure here some years ago where we got out of the, even in our own right of way, we quit spending money on the street trees.
Okay.
And the council expressed some interest in having more control, so now we're in charge of trees, shade trees in the right of way.
Okay.
And so we're going back to what we did for many, many years. But again, there's limitations on what you can get done each year just because of budget.
Yeah.
But what we'll have, which we never had previously, are description of every one of our shade trees, the species, I'll show you in a moment, all the attributes, diseases, defects, and we can judge, what are the hazardous trees? I think you start there. What are the dead trees? So priority is if someone wants to move on this and are willing to, pay to take the trees down and buy the tree material, we could prioritize them too. That's obvious, yeah.
So,
And I think that's provided for in the ordinance, in case somebody wants to, buy,
If somebody wants to, if a
Yeah.
property owner wants
Yeah, I
to,
think
that's the permit process, if somebody wants to,
yeah.
Do it themselves.
right, they have to apply for a permit.
I guess that's my question is, so if someone wants to do it now, what do they have to do?
Put
They
in a
just-
permit,
Oh, they have to put a permit in anyway?
yeah.
Oh, so it's no different?
No, it's no hardship.
Okay.
And again, pay for the, removal and I don't know, we negotiate who pays for the tree. Depends if they want some special tree that's on our approved list.
Yeah.
And they may have to purchase the tree plant material too.
But we're not talking about like getting permits for cutting your own trees in your yard. This
Now,
is
these are only the
These
shade
are-
trees
these are
in the right of way.
Okay.
that was all removed from the ordinance.
Okay.
And the other thing I mentioned last time that you want to keep in mind is this grant project could go on easily 2 years. And that, the Shade Tree Committee will continue to be the responsible party to, I'll be the coordinator for the grant. Amanda will be the administrator. And we'll continue for, till we close out the grant. Then the Shade Tree, and the committee, Shade Tree Commission can begin operations. That's a little confusing, but, we'll be doing different things. One will be doing the inventory and training. The other one will be doing everything else that we previously did. The committee did.
So, do we need to change this from immediately to a different time period?
If the intention's not to implement this immediately because of some of the things you raised, we can make it 90 days, 120 days.
90 days, I think, is adequate, and we need to begin, discuss, our trade committee can make recommendations to the council on, appointments to for the 3, municipal members who are gonna constitute the tree commission.
So I would make that recommendation then that we, I guess I'd make a motion that we would,
Advertise?
right, advertise this with that exception that we change, the effective date.
Let's make it 120 days.
120 days after.
Wouldn't then
passage.
vote on it after it's
Yeah.
advertised?
So we'd vote on it next month.
Right, but we'd advertise it before the meeting.
Right, so the change would need to be made there on it before we advertise.
Yeah, we want to
Right,
make,
you change the change, make the change today.
correct, 120 days, effective 120 days after passage.
Right, so I would make a motion that we advertise this with that change.
So your motion is to approve advertising ordinance number 557, the shade tree ordinance, to be, with the change to make it effective 120 days.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. Any additional discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Okay, thank you.
And then, Richard, are you gonna look at that? See, so the Shade Tree Commission or committee, whatever, they're gonna look at that approved list that we have now.
Yeah,
as opposed to, like I said, these Bradford pears that we have planted all over the borough.
We will get a bunch of recommendations from this. One of them, we'll take a hard look at the tree material. I mean, we have two arborists working on this,
Yeah.
you know, so we have plenty of advice here. I mean, it's all gonna be in a manual. The grant, we're at the, you know, we've been approved, and, you know, I've been briefed as the coordinator, and we jumped through all the boxes except I needed to submit a work plan and, you know, final budget, which is in DCNR now being reviewed. Any luck, they'll tell us this week to go ahead and start the project. We signed Barbara Haig to, you know, kind of be the we approved her contract, I think last month, to be the sort of coordinator of the whole study, and to focus particularly on the training. Because again, we want to have a group of volunteers, you know, we want to train the new commission. We want to offer some training to the borough crew. We want to be able to recruit volunteers, you know, students, whoever, you know, we want to be able to create a trained arborist crew to support the borough here, because we can't afford to have all arborists doing this. Not just do the tree maintenance, but also update the inventory. And so Barb is going to be charged with much of that. The inventory itself, and some of the training will be done by Bartlett's tree experts, which is Matt Murphy, the person that Mark referred to earlier as the person donating the white oak. We have, sorry I didn't get it out to you earlier, but in your packet on the table when you came in is a proposal from Bartlett Tree Experts. And this is for their first survey. The second part of their work we'll contract for later. They'll survey every street tree and the trees in the Diamond Street Playground and Park for a total amount of $15,300. And I'd ask for your approval. If you want to defer this till next meeting, that would be fine. But again, I'd like to get this phase started as soon as we can, because it's kind of, you know, it undergirds the rest of it. As far as the attributes of what we're looking for, we'll be surveying, and it's on page 3. Just to give you a sense of what kind of, you know, every street tree estimated at 650, 670 trees. You're going to get a written summary of procedures, map of all the tree locations, and the attributes. So there's a number assigned to each tree, the species name, the diameter and height, the condition, the age, you know, gone down tree canopy, root zone, root ball, soil care needs, you know, down through this. So it's going to be a ton of data. The County Planning Commission is going to map this for us. And so we'll have a really good statistical overview of make it possible. He'll do the analysis and present us with a plan when he's completed into the state of our trees with priorities.
And is this, how much was your grant? How much was your grant?
The grant was $50,000, and then we have another $6,200 in community foundation and borough funds in that. So there's a 62, it's kind of in kind of 62.5 and 57.5, I think, was our total cash budget for. So we're paying Barb Haig high 20s, and Bartlett will get coming about 26, I think. And so there's 2 consultants basically with some odd expenses. a laptop, that kind of thing. It'll be into the grant budget, but we're ready to proceed with the survey.
Yeah, this won't be able to be approved today because it was not on the agenda.
Okay, that's right.
And and this is from grant money, so we have to make sure that the other agreement has, there's similar provisions we have to have in this agreement. So I'll
Yeah,
review it
yeah.
for next.
Okay, so we'd ask the Bartlett to amend it. And-
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll take a look at it, but those provisions that we had in the other agreement will have to be inserted.
Incorporated in that, okay. It's a proposal.
Yeah.
Okay, are there any questions about this? You got a month to think about it and read it more fully, please do.
Good job, I appreciate the work.
Well, yeah, this didn't know what I was talking about when I started it, so starting from scratch here.
All right, new business, old business, we need to approve the 2026 county aid application. This is for paving, correct?
Yeah, it's the $5,600 we applied for with the county.
So moved.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. We need motion to approve advertising the paving bids.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Amanda, I do have a question.
Sure.
When you advertise these bids, are you also advertising Shady Lane, or are you waiting till we?
No, we're waiting for the grant.
Okay.
If we don't get approved for that this year, then we'll put Shady Lane on the paving bids for next year.
Okay. All right, any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Business items, approve ratification of payroll 317 through 420 of 26.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve payment of bills 317 through 420 of 26.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve transfers 317 to 420 of 26.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Approve treasurer's report for March of 26.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Accept tax collector's report for January 2026, February 2026, and March 2026.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. I need a motion to adjourn to executive session for legal matters regarding the sewer class action lawsuit.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? All right, we're adjourned into executive session.
It's gonna be a marathon, we just need to. I have to know.
Thanks, BJ.
You're welcome.
Okay.
How you doing, John?
How you doing, Mr. Walker?
What's going on with the house across the street?
For me?
Yeah,
It's for sale.
but it's an auction now, right?
No, I think it's just for the contents.
Oh, for the contents?
Yeah.
I noticed an auction thing, and I was wondering how an auction for a house works.
No, it as far as I know, it's still for sale. But there's still some stuff in there. That's a shame. Mrs. Miller was nice. I liked her. I think her name was Miller. I think her name was Diane Miller. I think that was her name.
What they asking for the house, do you know?
I think 137, something like that. 120, somewhere around 130, something like that. So,
Wonder what I'll get for mine.
what's that?
Wonder what I'll get for mine.
They'll get. I mean, I think Herb paid. I think Herb paid like 117 or 120 for Brant's house, somewhere around there, and they were asking I think 135 for it. I could be $10,000 or $15,000 off either way. I haven't looked in a. I really don't care, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, to be completely, whatever somebody sells their house for, it doesn't matter to me. You know?
If it comes down to me, I'm gonna make a nice profit.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, but you know, I yeah, so stick around here for a few moments. But my audio was good. I don't know if it was or not. Nobody told me. So if it wasn't, if you can't hear this, I'm sorry. I had to charge my phone. So I charged my phone and I did this live stream. I have a little adapter that I can do that with. My microphone just plugs into the top of my thing here. In fact, I'll show it to you. It's just this little thing here. It's worked pretty good so far. Got it from Jeff. Everybody knows Jeff. My buddy Jeff. Not my buddy. Okay, so you know, so one of my biggest things here in Southmont Borough is what's been going on with the sewers. You know, I'm really glad that some attorneys have done some looking into that and said, man, something's not right there. This envelope contains a whole bunch of nothing, probably, but it was a stupid right to know request battle. If you know a record exists, you gotta appeal the right to know request because they'll deny them. So it happened with that one. I knew they existed. They tried to say they didn't, but they did. All I've ever asked, all I've ever expected is for them just to do their jobs correctly. And if they don't know how to do them, ask, or don't act if you don't know what to do. But, you know, sometimes can't see if well, I think it's on. I think it's working. I'd imagine that's what they're doing. They're probably just voting for representation, legal representation. I'd imagine it's probably all. But, you know, they need to be held accountable too. I mean, we've paid a lot of money, $600 a year, going on 10 years, 12 years, something like that. I think they started raising the rates around then. 2015, something like that. So, Yeah. Chilly today. Put a bunch of stuff in my pockets today. Usually don't. So, don't really have much today. I'm keeping myself pretty busy lately. So, getting ready for the summer. Getting ready to go enjoy myself a little bit. Explore a couple new places. Do a couple of things. Things I like to do. Things I've been doing the past couple of years. But, just doing them a little more often now. So, heading, see, we got the police commission meeting tomorrow at 5. Be going to that. Yay. It's always fun. Gonna I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. I did start a side channel. I think it's called Klanch's Other Channel or something, or the Klanch's Other Channel. No content over there yet, but go ahead and subscribe over there. I'll get around to it. I'll get around to start making some content over there. Maybe I might start doing, I don't know, a daily vlog or something. I'm not sure. It's kind of pointless until I get, 1,000 of you to start watching, subscribing. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll make a video or two and get myself some subscribers. Tell me what you want to see. What do you want me to talk about? What do you want to know? I mean, there's a lot, I get bombarded with a lot of questions that I don't necessarily feel like are worth my time answering. But if enough people ask the same questions, I'll answer them. I don't know. Kind of want to separate what I do here, these live streams, these government live streams, from the other stuff that I do, like my concert live streams and stuff. So that's gonna, I think that's what the other channel is gonna function for, probably, is the fun, cool stuff that I like to do. So hopefully, I'm gonna turn around this way because the sun's in my eyes. Pretty that's way better. Hopefully they'll come out and get me. Usually Amanda does. I hope it's not, hope it's not too long. I mean, I know what they're, I'm pretty sure. I shouldn't say I know. I'm fairly certain. What they're going to do. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. Southmont Borough Council. I missed the special meeting, I guess. There was a special meeting, April 6th or something. Not sure what that was about. I just farted. Oops. I don't do that too often, like just standing around in public, but nobody around. Oops. So, it is what it is. There's a dead tree in the easement. Right there in the Borough building, right there in the corner. It's dead. Okay. This is, I don't know. This is, probably a waste of my time. They're probably not gonna, or like I said, they probably just have to, you know, vote for representation or something on that class action lawsuit, I'd imagine. Timer up there is really noisy. So, I don't know. Hopefully, I always wonder if my audio is good. I always worry about that because I've had a couple videos that I had no audio. And I don't have a backup. I don't have my backup phone going or anything. I don't really. If it's a silent video, well, then it's silent. Sorry. Oops. So, it's whatever. Starting to get up a little bit earlier. Summertime coming up. Getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning instead of 6. It's gonna be an hour jump on the day. So, here's a question for my viewers. Anybody take the train from Johnstown, Pennsylvania to Philly? Wonder what that's like, the Amtrak. Thinking about doing that in July. So, if not, I'll just rent a car, but I don't know, I've been considering it. Just seems like it'd be fun. So, you know, probably doesn't take all that much longer than driving, really, and I can just sit there. I don't have to do anything but just sit there. So I might look into that. But if anybody watching this has ever done that, let me know about that. So got some other little places I'm going to be going this summer too. Going to Virginia Beach in June. Probably going out to San Francisco in August. Philly in July. Sure, I'll make my couple Star Lake trips. Now I'm going to see Dave Matthews at Star Lake. That's what I'm doing most of my traveling for. Dave Matthews Band shows. I really like that band. So, yeah. Other than that, though, I don't know. It's just, it's that happy 420 to everybody that celebrates. Happy 420 to everybody that medicates. Hope you're having a good day doing whatever you're doing. Hope it didn't suck. My day's gonna wind down here as soon as this is over. Then we'll go do that thing that I do all the time. It's 5 after 6. Yeah, if you're a Southmont Borough resident and you haven't signed up for the class action lawsuit yet, go ahead and do that. Please, go ahead and do that. They need to be held accountable. And they will be. I have full faith that they'll be held accountable. They need, like I said, they need to be. Somebody needs to hold them accountable. I mean, they could have voted, no, we're not doing that. Nope, not doing that. We're protecting our residents. Nope, not doing that. What do they do? Oh yeah, sure, we'll do that, sure. Fuck them. Make them pay. And what do they do here? Because you heard Richard Burkert, they just want control over everything here. We want to control it. So they controlled the job here. They controlled the project here. You know? It was just ridiculous. They screwed us. $600 a year ongoing, forever. It's never going back down. It's never going back down to $12 or $48 a year. It started out as $12 a year. When I moved into Southmont as an adult in 2004, sewer maintenance was $12 a year. Now it's $600. $22 time, it's went up from $12 a year to, I'm sorry, $24 a year. $12 every 6 months. $24 a year to $600. $592. It's never going back down either. They're not going to vote it back down. So let's keep collecting it. Put it in the general fund. I'm so glad somebody caught that. I just figured I'd be paying that forever. And forever. Forever, and I probably will be. Pretty huskies. The front steps of City Hall. That's where I'm standing right now. It's where my First Amendment has the most my First Amendment rights have the most protections. It's right here. Kind of interesting. I mean, the street, standing out in the street, they do too. But that's a public. This is considered a traditional public forum. Not limited. little civics lesson for you. Little civil law for you, I guess. Well, I like the automatic sunglasses. My glasses go dark. I like that. Let's look at the sun for a second, they get darker. I just got tired of, like, I can't really see this screen. I can see it now with these, but I usually wear, if I'm just wearing sunglasses, they're polarized and I can't see the screen at all. Like it's just blank. So these I can see the screen. I can see the screen. I don't know what else to say. I mean, I can see the screen. So I guess the Upreader Township Sewer Authority meeting is at 7 o'clock. I don't know if I should go to that or not. I really don't feel like it. I have no reason to. I have no fight over there at all. I really don't care. They're in the same predicament that Southmont Borough's in, I guess, but there's some issues with an apartment complex over there, but I mean, I don't know. As far as I know, the water's still on over there, so still nothing to worry about. I gotta say something though, I'm getting tired of hearing about shade trees. Like, is there anything else to worry about here in Southmont other than those stupid fucking shade trees? Seriously. I'm just gonna say right now, I don't want any on my property. I don't have any now and I don't want any. I have nowhere to put them. And, no. No, they're not going there. That's for sure. I will fucking pave the entire frontage of my fucking property if I have to. I'm kind of done with getting pushed around by municipalities. Hey, that's okay.
Second. All in favor?
You guys come up with anything?
Oh, okay.
No action. Thank you.
What was Jennifer's? Yes,
Super.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Lisa graduated with me, and her dad was one of the original investors.
No newspaper here, so I won't see it.
I figured you guys had to like vote for representation or something.
I'm gonna start cutting out land.
Not yet.
So you have to hire your own plumber.
Everybody else is going down that road now. They're getting there, you know. But we're all out of, you know, outside the gavel. We're all in the same boat with that. You know what I mean? And it's not, you know, it's you know, I think what I said earlier, you know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people were informed of really, you know what you know, you weren't on council when that all started, were you? No, you were just stuck with whatever they decided back then too, huh? So, I'll see you, buddy. Okay, well, good. All right, so no action, done business. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get going here. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you watching. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see, of course, leave a comment. If you don't like what you see, leave a comment. And go ahead and